Hey, beautifuls. What's up? What a guan? Now, listen to me. I want to do this really quickly. Over the weekend, I want to talk about how to deal with conflicts. Well, in the spiritual way, that is. Over the weekend, I had this experience, and I had a dream right after this experience. And this is the only reason why I'm sharing this with you, because it might help somebody else who finds themselves in this situation, okay? So over the weekend, I had two family members that I absolutely adore, and they're on two different sides of the planet, and they were having a disagreement. And usually what happens is everyone will call me. So person A calls me and they're starting to complain about what person B did. And while person A called me, person B was also calling me to explain to me what person A did. Okay. And each party wanted me to agree with their rightness, and the other one wanted me to agree with the other one's wrongness. And how do you deal with the conflict like this? Now, I could feel it brewing, and immediately I had to think to myself, if I take any sides, even if I'm hiding to take a side, it's going to amplify the energy that both of them are holding that moment. And these are two people who do not hold their tongues. And when the first person called me, I said, but you shouldn't even go there. And all I said to her, I deflected the situation. I said, I'm in a meeting. For right now, you need to calm down, to settle and breathe, and just think about peace and love. And she was angry. And that's all I kept saying. And she got annoyed with me. She hung up. I told person B the exact same thing. I said, nobody contact each other until I call you later. And I kept thinking to myself, this is going to be bad because nobody can calm them down. What am I going to do to deflect this? Because they're going to regret this, no doubt. And by the time I got home, I called person A and I said, you know what? I'm having a migraine. And immediately she said, oh my God, we caused a migraine. I said, no, you didn't cause a migraine, but you don't understand. I took on the energy that you had, and I took on the energy that she had. And now what's happening is we're literally amplifying an energy that is not for us. It does not resonate with us. It's nothing but negative. When I said, are you calm now? She said, she's calm now. I said, okay, now that you're calm, now you can answer. And I did the same thing for person B. When I got home, this happened on Friday. When I got home, I think I dozed away a little bit. And I had this dream. And this is why I'm sharing it with you. This is how the angels show me to explain a situation like this so people understand. I have in my hands two identical cups. Within each of these cups holds the consciousness of life, which includes love, harmony, unity, compassion. Both of these, the water inside represents that. Every day we're met with choices. And the choices we make is going to determine exactly what our day is going to be, the type of people we're going to attract, and the life that we're going to lead. So, an argument or a situation occurs, whatever it is, we're going to decide what we're going to be pouring into this life force of consciousness that's here. Some people are going to choose every time a situation happens, they pour more love into it, pour more compassion into it, you pour understanding into it. It does not change the essence of this cup. It keeps it going and going and going. But if you notice, the ripple effect that this causes does not change the purity of the consciousness, of the love, of the understanding that is here. Now, every so often it will pause as you get angry, but if you don't amplify it, it's okay. It remains the same. Now, a lot of us do this. We change the course. We add anger to it. We add bitterness to it. We amplify the energy and we call somebody and they don't understand what's happening. They add to this and they amplify the energy and it becomes muddy. It's not pure anymore. All of a sudden, this beautiful consciousness that was here is now completely muddied. How do you get rid of this? How do we get out of this when we have family conflicts that we could have probably stopped once we stop the amplification of it, but we keep feeding it with negativity. We keep feeding it with bitterness. We keep feeding it with hate, with racism, with sexism, with everything that is there that is not pure. Do you see the changes that are happening? So this is the dream that I had, and when the angel showed it to me for a while, I couldn't understand. She held in her hands 2 crystal cups. This is nothing compared to the cups that I saw. 2 beautiful crystal cups. But when it dipped in it, you could see the ripple effect. When she dipped into this cup, you could see the ripple effect. There were 2 crystal cups in my dream. And this is the difference between men. This is the difference between the choices you make every day. This is the difference between the conflicts that we have, whether we are going to have conflicts or no conflicts, whether we are going to be understanding, respectful, and keep the actual Christ consciousness pure. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to falter along the way. We're going to get angry, but we don't change the course. And this is so elemental. This is so important for families, for relationships, for everything that you deal with. Every time you're faced with a situation, an argument, whatever it is, I want you to think, how do you want the flow of the beautiful life consciousness around you to become? Do you want it to be muddied with everything that really doesn't last? Or do you want it to remain pure? Something that you can always dip in and dive in and feel refreshed and feel the love always. So when you speak to people, speak to them with love, not sarcastically, genuinely with love. And if something is about to be amplified, pour love into it. No matter how impossible it seems, I gotta tell you, the light and love and compassion is more powerful every day than bitterness and anger. And I leave you with this. You are never going to see your reflection into a boiling pot of water. You always have to let it simmer, allow it to cool, and you can always look over and see your beautiful reflection. You can always see clearer. You can think clearer. When the dust settles, when everything settles, when it stops boiling, always try to get to a stage where you can think clearly, see clearly, and act clearly, and be guided to always keep in the water, just like this, and stop muddying the waters. These type of waters are what starts wars, civil unrest, atrocities in families and in relationships, problems with your neighbors, problems with you. Because you muddy the water with yourself every day. You look in the mirror and you find a fault that you think that you're less than, or there's something else that you need to have to be whole. All you really need is this. Try to stay as pure as ever. It starts here. I leave you with this because it was a beautiful scenario to me. And that dream, I keep seeing it over and over again. And now that I've made it public, just be kindness. I think the new religion should be kindness. That's it. The new religion is just kindness. It should not be separatism. It should not be denominational. It should just be kindness. Okay? Now, have yourself a wonderful day. Bye-bye.